Part 135. I secretly got married to a super boss. Author, Dance Lightly. Chapter 1341. Chapter 1341. Have you thought it through? By Yisheng. He is really convinced by his mother. We had just gotten married not long ago, and we were talking about divorce. If you love your daughter so much, you won't love her like this. He felt that if Chiao Mian had not been given to the Chiao family since she was a child, she would have been pampered to a fault. Asterisk. Mrs. Bai lives opposite Chiao Mian, and Chiao Mian is not in a hurry to go back after dinner. She chatted with Mrs. Bai for a long time. If Bai Yisheng hadn't said that Chiao Mian had to get up early the next morning, Mrs. Bai would not have let her go. It was almost 10 o'clock in the evening when Chiao Mian left Mrs. Bai's place. After she returned to her room, she went to take a shower. As soon as I walked out of the bathroom after washing, I heard my cell phone ringing. It was Mo Yessi who called her. She wiped her hair and hands and picked up. "Baby, what are you doing?" The man's voice was low and magnetic, reaching Chiao Mian's ears like an electric sound. "I was just taking a shower." "Taking a shower?" As soon as Chiao Mian finished speaking, a video invitation popped up on WeChat. It was sent to her by Mo Yessi. Chiao Mian answered the video, and a handsome and noble face appeared on the screen. Mo Yessi must have just taken a shower. His hair was still wet and he was wearing a black nightgown. In his other hand, he was holding a towel and wiping his hair. After Chiao Mian answered the video, Mo Yessi threw the towel aside. "Have you just taken a shower too?" Chiao Mian asked him. Mo Yessi's eyes were half closed, and through the screen, Chiao Mian could feel the burning gaze in the man's eyes. "Why are you wearing so little?" When he spoke again, Mo Yessi's voice seemed a little hoarse. "Wearing less?" Chiao Mian lowered her head and looked at the nightgown she was wearing. She is wearing a purple suspender skirt, which can be worn as a nightgown at home or worn out. Apart from the shoulders and collarbones, nothing else was exposed. She must be wearing quite a lot. Besides, she is at home, so she can't just wear whatever is comfortable. "What did you have for dinner? Did the filming go well today?" Mo Yessi quickly changed the topic. Chiao Mian didn't dwell on the question just now, and answered him clearly. "Did you eat with others tonight?" Mo Yessi asked with raised eyebrows after hearing her name a series of dishes. Chiao Mian nodded. She told Mo Yessi about Mrs. Bai flying to City F and moving opposite her. Mo Yessi was not surprised after hearing this. It is normal for Mrs. Bai to do these things. It was obvious that day that she was very attached to Chiao Mian's baby. Having just found her daughter, she definitely doesn't want to be separated from her for too long. Mo Yessi felt more relieved that Mrs. Bai was taking care of Chiao Mian. "Mo Yessi. I want to tell you something." "Well, you say." "I decided to go back to the Bai family. My mother and brother are very good to me. They always hope that I can go back. My parents were also helpless about what happened back then. I can't blame them. They are relatives who are related to me by blood, and they have done something sorry for me. I have no reason to disown them." After hearing this, Mo Yessi nodded, and then asked, "Have you thought it through?" "Well, I've thought about it carefully. In fact, I have been thinking about it since that day." "Just think about it carefully." Chen also talked to my second uncle over there, and he agreed to return to the Mo family. Grandma said that Chen should handle the matter of recognizing his ancestor and returning to the clan, so that he can come back in good condition. End of this chapter. I secretly got married to a super boss. Author, Dance Lightly. Chapter 1342. Chapter 1342. What happened to your stepmother? At that time, I don't know if you will have time to come back to attend his banquet. Xiao Mian is not surprised that Xiao Chen returned to the Mo family. Xiao Chen had told her before. The only thing she is worried about now is Xiao Chen's future situation. The second madam will definitely not give up. Fortunately, Mo Yesi and the old lady in the Mo family would help Xiao Chen, which made her feel a little more at ease. Speaking of Xiao Chen's recognition of his ancestor and the return of the clan to hold a banquet, Xiao Mian thought of Madame Bai's proposal for the two families to meet. She thought about it and told Mo Yesi. Mo Yesi heard this and expressed no opinion about it. If you return to the Bai family, the Bai family and the Mo family are indeed in-laws. The two families should have a meal together to meet each other. Let me talk to grandma first, and then you can set a time, and then our two families will meet noodle. The matter was settled just like that. The two chatted for more than half an hour before hanging up the video. Mo Yesi is busy these days and can no longer take a break to come to F City like he did before. He told Xiao Mian that he would be busy for about half a month. In the past half month, I haven't had time to go to F City to look for her. This is the first real separation between the two. Xiao Mian originally thought that she was not the kind of clingy woman who would be reluctant to part with her just after they separated. But she was a little uncomfortable lying on the big bed alone. She began to miss Mo Yesi's arms. Asterisk. The next day, the shooting went as smoothly as ever. Halfway through the filming in the morning, during the intermission, Nana walked up to Xiao Mian with a bottle of water and a strange look on her face. Mian, you are trending on Weibo again. Nana handed the water to Xiao Mian, hesitated, and lowered her voice and said, is the woman who came to the set looking for you yesterday your stepmother? I just saw the news was that she was interviewed by an entertainment magazine and said bad things about you. As soon as Nana finished speaking, Xiao Mian's cell phone rang. She saw that it was Linda calling her, and she didn't have time to ask Nana what the hot search was about, so she immediately answered the phone. Mian, what happened to your stepmother? Linda asked directly when the call was connected. She accused you of being ungrateful in the interview video, saying that you were ruthless, cruel to your own sister, and even made your father angry to the hospital. Inside. Public opinion is currently in favor of her. Many people believe her words and are scolding you for being unfilial. Isn't your stepmother getting along well with you before? Why did she suddenly jump out and frame you? Xiao Mian frowned a little when she heard this. She remembered what Lin Huijin had said to her yesterday. Mian, if you have other problems, they are not too serious. If people think that you are unfilial and not good to your family, it will be serious. I know that your stepmother must be talking nonsense and deliberately harming you, but netizens don't. I know. You need to clarify this matter quickly. Linda didn't chat with Xiao Mian for long and quickly hung up the phone. Nana said anxiously, it was Sister Linda who called me. She must have called you about that matter. Mian, your stepmother is really disgusting. You don't even know how she behaved in the interview. Framed you. She was crying with snot and tears. I didn't expect her acting skills as a layman to be so good. End of this chapter. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. I secretly got married to a super boss. Author, Dance Lightly. Chapter 1343. Chapter 1343, she relied on black materials to get there. If I didn't know you, I might have believed her nonsense. Xiao Mian pursed her lips and opened Weibo. Looking at the hot search column, I saw her name on it again. Hot search title, #birth mother accuses her of being unfilial. #. Xiao Mian was suspected of being at odds with his family, and was accused of being unfilial by his family. #. Shocked, the true face of the pure actress is actually like this hashtag. Jiao Mian looked at the hot search column, and she found 3 hot searches. And each hot search has over 100 million hot spots. Even she herself found her behavior quite strange. She is not a traffic star, and she is not even considered to be on the 18th tier now, but she is on trending searches more frequently than many traffic stars. Others are companies paying for hot searches. She relied entirely on black materials to get there. Even though she no longer wanted to take the black and red route, she found that she was indeed walking in the black and red direction now. Every time she gains followers, it's all because of being on the hot searches. But now she doesn't even have a basic work, but she has a certain reputation, and it's also because of the black stuff and hot searches. How does it feel to have one person dominate 3 hot searches with black material? Jiao Mian felt quite speechless. She never wanted to rely on black material to get trending searches, but every time. She probably has various qualities that attract evil. She clicked on the hot search and saw the video of Lin Huijin being interviewed. When the video started, Lin Huijin could be heard crying heartbrokenly, "Even if I am her stepmother, I have never treated her badly in these years. I admit that I cannot treat her as well as my own daughter, but as a stepmother, she also has a clear conscience. What mother doesn't have some selfishness? Even if I don't treat her as well as an xin, it's not much different. I've given her everything she needs and taken care of her. She was ill and unconscious, and I carried her all the way to the hospital. If it hadn't been for me, she might have died. Her father was very kind to her, and he worked hard to bring her up, but what about her? Now she is with a rich man, and when someone praises her, she doesn't take her family seriously. Last time, because her sister was in poor health and the fortune teller said she wanted to change rooms, she refused to let her go. She ran back and made a big fuss with us. She felt that Jiao's house was her home, not ours, so she couldn't change it. She has the final say in changing rooms. If she doesn't allow it, we can't change. She also called thugs to the house. If we dared to oppose her, she would have people attack us. Her sister and I were beaten by the thugs she brought. After all, I am also her stepmother and her elder. But asking people to take action against their elders, is this still something that humans can do? Because of this incident, her father was so angry that he became seriously ill, and his body has not recovered yet. She was domineering and bullied our family with the help of the man behind her. Not only did people attack us, she even wanted to drive our family out onto the street and let us sleep on the street. If it weren't for the help of noble people at that time, we would be sleeping on the street now. I endured it again and again, thinking that we are a family after all, and family scandals should not be made public. She might change one day. But our tolerance was rewarded with more and more excessive treatment from her. To this day, I really feel I couldn't bear it anymore and chose to expose her evil deeds. End of this chapter. I secretly got married to a super boss. Author, Dance Lightly. Chapter 1344. Chapter 1344. How can she still be so calm? This kind of unkind, unjust, unfaithful, unfilial, and totally conscienceless white-eyed wolf, I really can't swallow my breath without exposing her. I want to expose her and let everyone see her true face. I really didn't expect that the child I brought up since childhood would become like this. For fame and fortune, she even ignored her family. Is fame and fortune really that important? After speaking, Lin Huijin burst into tears and burst into tears. I cried until my eyes were red and swollen. Jiao Mian had one thought after watching the video. Lin Huijin's acting skills are indeed very good. If this was not her stepmother, if she was just a passerby, maybe they would believe it after watching a video like this. Facts have proved that many passers-by believe Lin Huijin. Those Heezy who had been staring at Jiao Mian did not miss this opportunity, and all kinds of rhythms flew up. For a time, Jiao Mian was scolded so badly. In her recent Weibo comments, private messages, and hot searches, all those who clicked on her were scolding her. She has become the rhythm of criticism across the entire network. Nana stood aside and watched the video with her. When she saw Lin Huijin's interview video, she was furious again and said angrily, "This woman is so shameless. Now netizens believe her words and are scolding you. Mian, you have to clarify it quickly and let netizens know the truth." Jiao Mian, as the person who was scolded to death by the entire internet, seemed relatively calm. She silently turned off the video. Yesterday, when Lin Huijin called the crew and left angrily, Jiao Mian knew that she was definitely going to cause something bad. She was mentally prepared. The reason why Lin Huijin could always get along with her in the past was because she had always been bullied by Lin Huijin and Xiao Angzhen. She will not have any impact on their mother and daughter. Lin Huijin will naturally not do anything to her again. But now, Xiao Angzhen has been banned. After being banned, it means that Xiao Angzhen's source of income is gone. This is unacceptable to both her and Lin Huijin. This involves the interests of their mother and daughter, and Lin Huijin will naturally not be at peace with her anymore. She is jumping over the wall in a hurry. In the interview video, some of the things she said were indeed true, but she only said the part that was beneficial to herself, but she didn't mention anything that was beneficial to Jiao Mian. When Jiao Mian was little, Lin Huijin sent her to the hospital once. But that was not long after Lin Huijin arrived at Jiao's house. She did it in order to gain performance and gain favor in front of Father Jiao. Later, her position in the Jiao family was stable, and she stopped doing these things. As for the time she brought thugs back to Jiao's house, Jiao Mian pursed her lips. She entered her Weibo and only forwarded the Weibo post where Qin Han spoke for her. Then he withdrew from Weibo. Nana looked at the person she forwarded on Weibo, and saw that she had no intention of clarifying, so she couldn't help but feel a little anxious. Mian, aren't you going to clarify? She was so angry as an outsider watching the video that she didn't believe Jiao Mian didn't feel it. Having been slandered like that, now I'm being called a dog by the entire internet. How could she remain so calm? Clarification will definitely come, Jiao Mian said calmly, but now I haven't collected enough evidence to prove that she is lying. Just based on my words, netizens will definitely not believe my words. End of this chapter. I secretly got married to a super boss. Author, Dance Lightly. Chapter 1345. Chapter 1345. I will not stand idly by. Rumors have always been easy for people to believe. It is true, but few people believe it. Jiao Mian knows very well that even if she immediately posts on Weibo saying that Lin Huijin is framing her, not many people will believe her. Unless she can produce strong evidence. Nana was startled for a moment, then nodded and said, "Yeah, I'm just so angry with your stepmother for framed you like that. So what are you going to do now? Are you going to collect evidence?" Jiao Mian didn't look anxious at all. "We have to collect evidence first. Don't be in a hurry. Let's wait until the work is over." As a person who is often criticized, Jiao Mian is used to it. She no longer wants to care about what public opinion will be like. She can't produce any strong evidence now to prove that Lin Huijin is lying, so it's useless to say anything. Asterisk. Later, probably many people in the crew also saw the interview video of Lin Huijin. When everyone looked at Jiao Mian, their eyes were different from before. When Qin Han's agent went to talk to him, he also glanced at Jiao Mian. There was contempt and displeasure in that look. The manager lowered his head and lowered his voice to say something to Qin Han. After a while, Qin Han turned his head and looked at Jiao Mian. Jiao Mian saw him frown, and then turned back. Jiao Mian was not affected by the various unbearable insults from the public opinion and netizens, but Chin Han's frown affected her. Chin Han is her idol. She felt that it didn't matter if passers-by believed Lin Huijian's words or misunderstood her. But Chin Han might have misunderstood her. She will feel sad in her heart. Just when Xiao Mian thought Chin Han believed the interview video and felt a little uncomfortable, she saw Chin Han walking towards her. She felt that Chin Han came to ask her about Lin Huijian's accusation against her. While she was thinking about how to explain, Chin Han walked up to her, stopped, looked down at her and said warmly, Mian, I just heard about your stepmother's accusation against you. No, senior, Xiao Mian was anxious to explain. Chin Han interrupted her, I believe it is impossible for you to do those things. Did you and your stepmother have any conflicts? The public opinion on Weibo is very unfavorable to you now. Have you thought about how to deal with it? Chin Han is not a person who likes to meddle in other people's business. He and Xiao Mian have only known each other for 2 days, so they are not very close. There is no such thing as friendship or friendship. But he admires this new person very much. Even though he has only known her for 2 days, he still believes that she is not the kind of person mentioned in the news reports. It is rare to have a junior whom he admires. When encountering such a thing, he still wanted to help. Xiao Mian didn't expect Chin Han to say these words to her. She thought Chin Han believed those rumors. I didn't expect that. For a moment, she was a little moved. Senior, thank you for trusting me. Xiao Mian swept away her depressed mood and smiled on her face, I'm really happy that you can believe in me, senior. There are some disputes between me and my stepmother, she said none of those things are true. Senior, please rest assured, I will solve these things. Thank you, senior, for your concern and trust. At this moment, Xiao Mian felt that she really had not fallen in love with the wrong person. That's good. After Chin Han asked, he also smiled and said, if you can use me in any way, just ask me. Your cousin and I are good friends, and you are his sister. I can help. I will not stand by and watch. End of this chapter. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. I secretly got married to a super boss. Author, Dance Lightly. Chapter 1346. Chapter 1346, you should also check with me. Well, thank you, senior. Also, don't take things too seriously on the internet. Passers-by don't know the truth of the matter, so they can easily be led astray. Also, there are always many people in this world who don't like other people's good deeds. Once something happens to you, it's mostly a matter of adding insult to injury. Now that you have entered the entertainment industry, you need to be mentally stronger. In the future, when you really become popular, things like this will only increase. This is a stage that every artist will go through. After you get through it, you will slowly get better. Okay. Xiao Mian raised her head, feeling warm in her heart. She and Chin Han had only known each other for 2 days. He can talk to her so much, he is really a very good senior. No wonder so many people inside and outside the circle like him. He is indeed a very likable person. By the way, I just followed you on Weibo, please follow me too. Ah! Xiao Mian was stunned for a moment, and immediately took out her mobile phone and logged into Weibo. She clicked on the fans column, scrolled for a while, and suddenly found the red account Chin Han V in her Weibo fans column. Xiao Mian was stunned for a few seconds, and then immediately clicked the follow button, and she and Chin Han were paying attention to each other. After following Chin Han, she refreshed Weibo and saw Chin Han posted a Weibo post a minute ago. Chin Han V, rumors stop at the wise. Don't follow the trend and think more of yourself. Han was discovered by his fans less than 10 minutes after he followed Xiao Mian on Weibo. Because Han had very few people following him, one person was suddenly added to the list, and the attentive fans soon discovered it. The fan clicked on the column where Han was following and found that the person he was following was actually Xiao Mian. The people Han pays attention to are few in the first place, most of them are directors or senior artists, and senior executives of his company. He almost didn't pay attention to the newcomers or anything like that. So, Xiao Mian can be regarded as the first newcomer he paid attention to. Still a newcomer who is not even considered to be on the 18th level. How can this not surprise fans? Their Han suddenly paid attention to a young newcomer who was at the top of public opinion and was scolded for being unfilial. He doesn't pay attention to it early and doesn't pay attention to it later. I just choose to pay attention at this time. This already feels weird. What's even more strange is that he actually posted a Weibo post. Although the Weibo didn't clearly say what he was referring to, he posted a Weibo like this just after he followed Xiao Mian, which might not make people think that he was referring to Xiao Mian being scolded for being unfilial matter. Fans are well aware of Han's character. He is definitely not a person who likes to meddle in other people's business, nor does he speak for anyone easily. His Weibo is obviously helping Xiao Mian to speak. He would say this. Did he learn something inside and come forward to speak for Xiao Mian? Han's fans initially hated Xiao Mian because they thought Han was threatened and had to film with her. Later, Han stood up and made the matter clear, and the fans stopped holding on to that matter. Not only did he not hold on to him, but he also helped attack some of the black men who wanted to continue to black Xiao Mian. To put it bluntly, most of Han's fans are in love with both the house and the house. They like Han, so they will also help protect the people Han wants to protect. End of this chapter. I secretly got married to a super boss. Author, Dance Lightly. Chapter 1347. Chapter 1347. These three views are not correct, right? So not long after Han posted this Weibo, the trend of public opinion about Xiao Mian began to change. Damn it, did you realize that Han actually followed Xiao Mian? This is the first new person he has followed, right? What does he mean by following Xiao Mian at this time? Does he want to express his support for Xiao Mian? Xiao Mian has been accused of being unfilial by her family. Han is still siding with her at this time. This is not a right view. I also think Han has some unhealthy views. He is usually a pretty good artist, but at this time, it's really hard to explain. Character matters at critical moments. Han even supports this kind of woman, but it seems that his character is not that good either. You said that my brother Han has bad views. If you have the ability to come out and fight with me, I will take your last name if I don't beat you to the ground. It's just an interview video. That woman can say whatever she says. Just rely on her. You just believe what she says is true? Then don't you like anyone who spreads rumors casually without relying on evidence? Damn it, I can't bear it anymore. You dare to scold us, Han. What does it mean that Han's character is not good enough? You can say anything bad about Han, but I will just say that his character is not good. You know Han is only a year old. How much money should be donated for charity? Do you know how many primary schools he has donated money to build? Do you know how many poor children he has funded to go to school? You don't know anything, so you say he has a bad character. I believe Han. If he is really standing by Xiao Mian, it means that he already understands the truth. When I watched the video today, I felt that the woman was full of lies. Her eyes kept blinking when she spoke. She clearly had a guilty conscience. Performance. I also believe Han. That woman must have deliberately blackmailed Xiao Mian. Wasn't she a stepmother? How many stepmothers are good to their stepdaughters? She just can't stand it now that she sees Xiao Mian living well. She wanted to ruin Xiao Mian's life. Her daughter was dumped by Suzy, and now her contract with Xingan has been terminated. It is said that she has not even found a new home, and she doesn't want her stepdaughter to live well. Well, this kind of woman is so bad and disgusting. According to psychological analysis, Xiao Mian's stepmother is probably lying. Many times, eyes and body language cannot deceive people. Let's not rush to take sides and observe rationally. If the truth is not what the woman said, Xiao Mian, there will definitely be action in the future. Haha, Xiao Mian has not come out to refute the rumors until now. Is it because she feels guilty? Because what her stepmother said is true, she dare not come out to refute it. If it is not the truth, shouldn't she come out to clarify it as soon as possible? Stepmother? If it was the biological mother who said that, I think the credibility is quite high. As for the stepmother, benevolent people have different opinions. I also think Qin Han knew the truth, so he stepped forward to help. But why doesn't Xiao Mian come out to refute the rumors? I'm so worried. Qin Han has a huge fan circle. Some artists who have a good relationship with him have also retweeted his Weibo. The fans of each artist are also attracted by their idols, so for a while, there were a lot of people talking to Xiao Mian. Finally, it's not a sad situation where the whole internet is criticizing her. End of this chapter. I secretly got married to a super boss. Author, Dance Lightly. Chapter 1348. Chapter 1348. Why do you want to help Xiao Mian? The trend on Weibo has changed from people criticizing Xiao Mian to half choosing to continue criticizing her, and half choosing to maintain a neutral and supportive attitude because of Qin Han and other artists. But no matter what, it's much better than before. Xiao Mian naturally saw that many people actually spoke for her because of Qin Han. This is the first time for her. In the past, when she was criticized, she was scolded terribly. Except for a few of her true fans who were willing to support her, most people criticized her in various ways and talked about her in a very bad way. In the past, Tuli's fans not only criticized her online, but some also squatted outside the set to harm her. In comparison, Qin Han's fans are generally over 20 years old. Their basic views have been formed and they will not be easily influenced by others. His fans are not just wife fans or girlfriend fans. So, the overall quality and self-cultivation are much higher. Not as crazy as Tuli's fans. These fans are very defensive, and they also protect the people Qin Han wants to protect. Senior, that Weibo post you posted, are you helping me? Xiao Mian was really touched. Qin Han is her idol, of course she knows what kind of person he is. He rarely defends someone publicly like this on Weibo. Even though he didn't directly name her in the Weibo post, it was no different from publicly defending her. Seeing her reaction, Qin Han raised his lips and smiled. I just don't want to see the juniors I admire being bullied like this. Don't be too moved. I don't have as much sense of justice as you think. Just treat it as a whim. Suddenly want to do something good. To completely resolve this matter, you still have to look at yourself. Don't wait too long, it won't do you any good. After Qin Han finished speaking, he turned around and walked towards his nanny car. He spoke in an understatement, as if he had done a trivial thing, but Xiao Mian knew very well how rare such maintenance was. Asterisk. Brother Qin, why do you want to help Xiao Mian? The assistant next to Qin Han also saw the Weibo posted by Qin Han. He said with confusion in his eyes, is it because she is Director Bai's cousin? In fact, you shouldn't post that Weibo before the truth of the matter comes out if she really is just a newbie. Even if she is Bai Yisheng's cousin, so what? Qin Han is willing to accept this TV series, which is already a great honor to Bai Yisheng. There is no need to wade through this muddy water again. It was not easy for him to reach his current status. If the good reputation he has accumulated over the years is ruined by a newcomer, the loss will be huge. Don't say that Jiao Mianmian's relationship with him is ordinary, they are just ordinary co-stars. Even if you are a good friend, you should not take sides so early before you figure out the truth of the matter. Qin Han paused, turned his head and glanced at the assistant, curled his lips and said, I believe she is not that kind of person. Assistant. Then what if she is that kind of person? The assistant curled her lips. Brother Qin, your reputation will be ruined by her. You don't have a good relationship with her, so why are you wading into this muddy water? I think since her stepmother dared to stand up and say those things, even if she didn't tell the complete truth, there must be some things that are true. She doesn't get along with her stepmother, so it's normal for her to do those things. End of this chapter. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. I secretly got married to a super boss. Author, Dance Lightly. Chapter 1349. Chapter 1349. You said, what should we do now? Qin Han still smiled lightly, I believe in my ability to see people. She will not let me down. But brother Qin. Okay, there's no need to say anything more. Qin Han raised his hand to stop what the assistant was going to say next. I've already posted it on Weibo, there's no point in talking about it now. I still say the same thing, I believe she is not that kind of person. The assistant turned his head and glanced at Jiao Mianmian, who was standing not far behind them. He pursed his lips and sighed in his heart that Jiao Mianmian was so lucky. How could Qin Han take the risk to help her like this? Now, he only hopes that the things Jiao Mianmian's stepmother said are not true and are all framed by Jiao Mianmian. Don't get in trouble with his brother Qin. Asterisk. Lin Huijin sighed. After being interviewed by reporters, she has been waiting for Jiao Mianmian to call her after seeing the interviews. But she waited for a long time, but she didn't get a call from Jiao Mianmian. Mom, didn't you say Jiao Mianmian would definitely call you? When Jiao Angzhen was scrolling through Weibo, she came across the news about Qin Han following Jiao Mianmian's Weibo. The Weibo post where Qin Han was suspected of speaking for Jiao Mianmian was refreshed again. At first, when she saw Jiao Mianmian being scolded by so many people, she felt very proud and happy. But because of Qin Han's intervention, the direction on Weibo suddenly changed. Slowly, someone began to speak for Jiao Mianmian. Of course Jiao Angzhen knew how influential Qin Han was, so when she saw Qin Han actually speaking for Jiao Mianmian, she was so angry that she was so angry. Originally, public opinion was very favorable to them. But now, that little Jiao Mianmian has Qin Han to help her, and someone actually speaks for her. Their advantages suddenly became less obvious. I think she won't call you at all now. She's not afraid at all. She didn't even post a clarification on Weibo. It's okay now. We have completely offended that little bitch. She is definitely he will deal with me even harder. Jiao Angzhen threw her phone on the bed and stood beside the bed and complained to Lin Huijin, tell me, what should I do now? That little is not afraid of this at all. She is now the daughter of the Bai family, even if her reputation is ruined she can't be in the entertainment industry anymore, and it won't have much impact on her. I said this trick may not work, you have to do it. With her current status, it would be easier to crush us to death than to crush an ant to death. It's all your fault, it's all your fault. In the past, even though she knew Mo Yesie's identity as the president of the Mo family, although she was jealous of Jiao Mianmian, she was not too afraid of her. At that time, she thought that Jiao Mianmian would definitely be kicked. After all, the Jiao family's family background is not worthy of that of the Mo family. Mo Yesie will definitely marry someone who is the right match for him in the end. Chiao Mian was just proud for a moment. But now, Chiao Mian has become Bai's daughter, and has an identity that matches the young master of the Mo family. If nothing unexpected happens, she can marry into the Mo family. She has the Bai family to rely on, and the Mo family as her backing. It's not a rhythm to kill whoever you want to kill. Thinking of the things she had done to Chiao Mian before, Chiao Angzan's face instantly turned pale, and there was fear in her eyes. Now it is effortless for Chiao Mian to deal with her. Lin Huijin didn't wait for Chiao Mian's call for a long time, and she started to feel a little panicked. According to her original plan, Chiao Mian would call her not long after she accepted the interview. End of this chapter. I secretly got married to a super boss. Author, Dance Lightly. Chapter 1350. Chapter 1350. Do you really not care that you will be ruined? At that time, Chiao Mian will definitely ask her to change her story. No one cares about his reputation at all. The more famous you are, the more you care. She did this because she realized that Chiao Mian was a public figure and must be very concerned about her reputation. Unexpectedly, she didn't care. She didn't make a single call. The development of things was different from what she expected, which made Lin Huijin feel more and more confident from the beginning. That little must have done it on purpose. She was playing psychological tactics with us. Lin Huijin gritted her teeth and said, how could she not care at all? She must have seen the news a long time ago. She deliberately didn't call and pretended not to care. She must have known that I was waiting for her call. Then what should we do now? Chiao Angzan said angrily. What if she really doesn't care? Now she has the Bai family and the Chiao family behind her, and Qin Han stands up to speak for her. Soon, netizens will not the things you said are taken seriously. But we have offended her, and she will not let us go easily. And Xin, don't be anxious. It's impossible for the little not to care. Everything mom does is for your own good, and there's no way she's going to harm you. I'm going to make a phone call right now to find out what the little has to say. Asterisk. The crew. The entire crew knew about Chiao Mian's incident, and naturally Bai Yusheng also knew about it. At halftime, he approached Chiao Mian. Do you need me to help you solve it? Brother, I can solve it myself. Chiao Mian declined his offer. I want to solve this matter myself, is that okay? Bai Yusheng nodded. Okay, I won't interfere, you can solve it yourself. However, if you can't solve it, don't be brave. We are a family, and you are my sister. If you have something to ask, there is nothing to be embarrassed about. Well, I know. If I need your help, I will definitely ask you. After asking, Bai Yusheng respected Chiao Mian's intention and let her solve it herself. Lin Huijin is waiting for Chiao Mian's call. Similarly, Chiao Mian is also waiting for her call. She was sure that Lin Huijin would be unable to hold back and call her. Just as she guessed, a few hours later, Lin Huijin finally couldn't bear it anymore and called her. Chiao Mian did not save Lin Huijin's mobile phone number. However, the moment her phone rang and she saw the unfamiliar number displayed on the screen, she immediately guessed that it must be Lin Huijin. While Chiao Mian answered the phone, she pressed the record button. Chiao Mian, you are so calm. Why, do you really not care that your reputation will be ruined, or do you think that the revelations I am making now are not powerful enough to really ruin your reputation? As soon as the call was connected, Lin Huijin's furious voice came over. Chiao Mian was silent for a moment. Lin Huijin couldn't see that the corners of her lips were slightly raised at this moment. I said this number looks a bit familiar. It turns out to be Aunt Lin's mobile phone number. Aunt Lin is so angry. Who made you angry? You're still pretending to be with me. Hearing her calm voice, Lin Huijin became even more angry, almost yelling at her, Chiao Mian, you have seen the news. You must also know that the public opinion is now against me. If you still want to stay in the entertainment industry and still care about your reputation, just be smarter. End of this chapter.